Welcome to our next video on sales tax tip and discount. Get your title and your learning target, 7RP3. I can calculate a final price given a sales tax tip or discount. So in this lesson, it's basically going to be about shopping or paying for things at a store. So we have some vocabulary to get us started. First is sales tax. So you probably already heard of sales tax. You may know about it a little bit, but basically it's an additional amount of money that's charged on any items that you buy at a store. Around here is anywhere from 7 to 8% sales tax, but it's basically a percentage that's added on to your total. And then we have a tip, or sometimes called a gratuity. It's a small amount of money in return for a service. The most common place you're going to see it is tipping your waiter or your waitress at a restaurant, or maybe somebody is parking your car at a parking service or something like that. But it's basically a percentage or a small amount of your total that you're giving them as kind of a payment for their service or for their good service in some cases. So in order to calculate a sales tax or a tip, basically two steps. Multiply the percent times your price, then add it onto the original price. So it's an additional amount that gets added on to your total. You go to buy a video game for $60, you don't pay just $60 at the store, you pay $60 plus the sales tax that gets added on. So it's literally as simple as this. We have a $59.85 total, and we want to give them a 15% tip. So we do $59.85 times 15%, but we're always going to write our percent as a decimal. So I do $59.85 times 0.15, and I get 8.9775. So I'm going to round that off to 8.98. because we're dealing with money, so it's always going to go to two decimal places. That's the amount of tip, but now you add it back to your original amount. It gets an amount that gets added on to your price. So $8.98 plus $59.85 gives me a total of $68.83. So we just multiply the percent times the price, get the amount of tip or the amount of sales tax, and then add it back on. So say we go to buy something, it costs $140, and we're going to pay 6.5% sales tax. So remember, your percent, you're always going to turn into a decimal, which means sliding your decimal over two spots. So this is going to become 0.065 times our price, 0.065. So 140 times 0.065 is going to be 9.1, but again, since we're dealing in money, it's going to be $9.10. That's the amount of sales tax you're going to pay, plus the $140 that it cost, means you're going to pay a total of $149.10. So the price times the amount of tax or tip, and then that gets added back to your original price. So let's try another one. Please write down the whole problem, not just the math for it. A haircut costs $20. Sales tax is 4.75%. Is $25 sufficient to cover the cost of the haircut with tax and a 15% tip? So $20, let's find the sales tax. So we're going to multiply times 4.75%, which is going to be 0.0475. That's going to give me the amount of tax. Then we're going to do the tip. Again, our total, $20. Remember, your tip is calculated off of the total amount, not the amount with the tax added in. And we're going to multiply times 0.15 or 15%. And then that's all going to get added back with our total price. So we're going to do each one of our calculations, add it all together, and find our total price. So here we have 20 times 0.0475 gives me 95 cents for tax. It's a small amount, so the amount of tax is small. Then we have our tip, $20 times 0.15. That gives me an even $3. Add that all back onto our total, and we will get $23.95 for our total. So just your percent times your price, and then each of those gets added on. So there may be problems where you're doing multiple steps and they all get combined together. Now, sometimes prices are going to go up, for sales tax or tip or a markup, but sometimes the price is going to go down, either from a discount or a markdown. To think of something going on sale at a store or something like that. So a discount is the amount by which the regular price is reduced, or a markdown is the amount subtracted from the price, but basically taking the original price and the price is going down. So to calculate that discount, again, first step, multiply the percent times the price, but then you're going to subtract it because the price is going down. So same steps as the earlier problems, just subtracting instead of adding. So we have a $22 price with a 25% discount. So we take $22 times 0.25, and that gives me 5.5 or $5.50. Now I'm going to subtract that from my $22. So I can do a little fancy borrowing here. A lot of times you'll just use your calculator for it, but we get a total of $16.50. So a $22 item only cost me $16.50 because of my discount. $42.50, and we want a 15% off the regular price. So we're going to do $42.50 times 0.15. And that's going to give me 6.375, but again, we only want 2 decimal places. So we're going to round to the tenths. That 5 says round up, so it's going to round up to 6.38. So you are going to have to do some rounding. So we're going to save $6.38. So now we do $42.50 minus $6.38. I'll do it in my calculator since that's how you'll do it. And we get a total of $36.12. So your price times the percentage, but in this case it's subtracted or deducted from the price, so we subtract it from that total price. Last problem. It says a television that normally sells for $375 is on sale for 20% off. What is the final price with 8% sales tax? So we need to do this one in 2 parts, because sales tax is totaled off of your final price. So first we need to figure out what is the final price. It's $375, but it's 20% off. So let's find out that 20%. 375 times 0.20 gives me a discount of $75. So I'm going to subtract $75 off of my price. I'm going to take off my discount, and I end up with a final price of $300. Now I got to figure out my sales tax, because remember, sales tax gets added back on as a percentage of your price. So we take 300 times the amount of sales tax, so 300 times 0.08, and that gives me $24 in sales tax. Sales tax gets added on, it's an additional cost, so it gets added to our $300 price, and we end up with a total price of $324. So we had to find our discount and subtract that away to figure out the final price, because sales tax is totaled off of what you actually paid for the item, not the original price. We only paid $300, so we paid 8% sales tax of that, and that gets added back onto your problem.